Welcome on in, all fellow Dingbats. Welcome in to the new phenomenon known as the Bitter Dingbats. Philly
King
500,
Dingbat
the Bitter Birds, we have collaborated.
Oh yeah, King Dingbat here.
Hey, yo,
What's up,
everybody.
dude?
Hey, yo,
Hey,
everybody.
everybody, how you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? So, moving forward, we're going to try to figure out a way where we can stream on both channels. We might use Zoom moving forward. Today is pretty much, kind of an experiment. We'll see how today goes. But yeah, we're going to try to be goofy too in the future. Today, I got to be, a little tempered because Philly 500, he was actually questionable today. You were a game time decision with a rib injury.
Game time decision. My daughter threw me a beating on Friday, and I laid in my own urine and piss, and apparently I almost broke a rib. I might have even cracked it, so I could barely breathe or talk, but I'm here. I'm here because I am a bitter dingbat, King Dingbat.
Because we had something planned for the beginning that was going to be absolutely hilarious, but we couldn't get you laughing because there's just no way you would have survived.
Blood might come out. Blood might come out of my mouth.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's get on to the show.
Let's do it.
Let's start with Doug Pederson.
The most genius coach ever. No, he stinks. Doug Pederson. Look, I'm trying my best to like Doug Pederson. I'm trying my best to give him room. But when you have all season to come out and give us a showing what we saw in the first two games, I'm worried. I'm just a little bit worried. Now, I'm not saying he can't turn it around, but I'm worried.
There's just so much to get into here. And I talked about this with Brendan earlier on the film study that we did. It's like, I normally have patience with head coaches. I realize that he's new and that it's going to take some time. But this looks like it could be almost like a Jim Tomsula situation. And here's the problem. This team is good. This team is good. So he's going to be here longer than you think. And I don't know if
Barry Switzer all over again, right? We got Barry Switzer situation. The Eagles can win the division. They have probably the best team in the division, and they can win this. Just on their defense, I think their front seven, they're going to be in every game. They're going to beat a lot of games. But the question is going to become, when you play the good teams, can Doug Pederson, can he rise to the level? Can he get a feel for the game? We talked about it. Sometimes it seems like he doesn't have a feel for what's going on, what's working during the game. And that's a scary thing. We don't know. We have to see how he adjusts going forward.
Yeah, that 3rd and 12, man. That was so predictable.
Yeah, you knew it was wrong. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I did a video. Well, I haven't edited it yet, but I say in there, this is a screen. Kansas City knows this is a screen. You have nobody. I mean, Peters must have been 15 yards off of Alshon, and they go to the screen, and should have known that was coming. He should have known better than that. And it was 13-13 at that point. We're talking about a tie game in the fourth quarter in Kansas City. So it was tough. And those are the kind of things you have to worry about going forward. But we have to try to give him a chance. We have to try. And as hard as it is, I want to give him a chance. I want him to succeed. You want him to succeed. We want him to be successful, of course. But what we see the first 2 weeks, there are concerns.
If this team doesn't make the playoffs, it's going to be because of Doug Pederson. That's the painful truth that nobody wants to hear.
Nobody wants to hear it. Yeah, I mean,
nobody wants to hear it.
I agree.
Okay. So I want to get into just the offensive imbalance, because what's going to happen is one of these times Carson Wentz is going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt when you're throwing the ball, like what was it, 50 dropbacks or whatever it was, and 13 design runs. When the defenses are pass rushing and they know it's a pass, that's dangerous, man. And if Carson Wentz by God, if the offensive imbalance continues and he gets hurt, I am firing Doug Pederson on the spot.
On the spot, yes. You have a situation where it reminds me a lot of what you see in Indianapolis with Andrew Luck. I mean, It's very, very similar to that, and that scares the hell out of me, okay? Because Andrew Luck has needed an offensive line for how many years? How many years has he not had a running game? It's almost the same situation, and now we look how hurt and banged up he is. So Doug's got to get a grip on this. He's got to get this under control. He's got to find balance. But he's got to find balance in a way that's not predictable. Like, for instance, you play the Giants. Let's say you play the Giants Sunday. If you come out and you run every first down and they know you're running, it's not going to help you. You've got to be able to keep people off balance. You have to not be one-dimensional.
Yeah. Yeah, when you don't run the ball, defenses tee up on your quarterback. This is a fact. I mean, this is what happens. Let's get into the running game.
All right.
So they ran the ball 6 times on their first 2 drives, 6 designed runs.
Yeah.
The last 9, only 7. They gave up on the second drive because they totaled -3 yards on that trek. We saw it in week 1. Once LeGarrette Blount didn't pick up that 3rd and 1, Pederson strayed away from the run. And he did it again on Sunday.
On Sunday, big time. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Blount had no carries. You were talking about the outside run of Sproles. Smallwood, right? Now, Smallwood's interesting because he's the guy that was supposed to be impressive. We heard that he was the most impressive guy of all training camp. He had 4 carries in preseason. He's done nothing the first 2 games. And not only has he done nothing, but he looks like he stinks. I'm sorry, but he looks like he stinks. I'm not saying anything, but he sure looks like he stinks. And I don't know where you're going to find a running game now with these 3 guys. I mean, Sproles can only be used so much. I would have preferred that they use Sproles in the second half more so than in the first half because they wore him out by the second half. They couldn't use him. So it's very concerning. I don't know what they're going to do. And here's another thing I want to say. Last year, I did videos, I know you talked about it. They would not stretch the field, right? Everything was short, no vertical. And it was, we don't have the players to go vertical, so they didn't try. Now it's, oh, we don't have the players to run the ball, so we're not going to try. Why let the coach of your own team make you one-dimensional? Why not? You have to still try to run. You still have to try to do these things. And if the team takes it away, that's one thing. But don't take it away from yourself. And that's what he's doing again. And it's the same thing he did last year.
Yeah. 7 carries for 38 yards on the edges. 5.43 yards per carry. 6 carries for 14 yards up the middle. A paltry 2.33 yards per carry. So what does that tell you? Well, that tells you that the tackles are your best run blockers with Kelsey pulling to the outside. And up the middle, there's a big problem because of Isaac Seumalo and the fact that Jason Kelsey can't push people backwards. But that still doesn't change the fact that they should have tried to run the ball with LeGarrette Blount. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Totally joke. Totally ridiculous, you know? It's like any defense is going to go into a game saying, hey, we're going to take away the passing game. We're going to take away the running game. Doug Pederson says, I'm going to take away my own running game. I'm going to take it away for you. So he does have to work for him. And then he says, well, you know, it's just not the way the game was flowing. Look, there was a time, I think they said that on first down, the Eagles averaged 5 yards a carry. Last week, we saw Blount get 5 yards a carry, 6 yards, and then they pull him out. He did this last year, too, I think in the Green Bay game with Smallwood, where he had 5 yards or 6, and then he would pull him out. There's no flow. You get nothing going, no continuity with this team because I don't think he has a feel for the game and what's going on. I mean, this is just the hard truth and the reality of what we've seen so far. It doesn't mean it has to be like this all year, but this is what I've seen so far that concerns me. This is what concerns me more than anything else on this team right now.
Yeah. So what's going on is Darren Sproles is the best at running those plays, the sweeps, the outside zones. But obviously the problem is he's 34 years old. Right. He's 4 feet tall. He can't handle the ball 20 to 25 times a game. That's just not possible. So They whiffed on Smallwood. They thought that he was going to be that outside zone guy, the sweep guy, but he hasn't panned out.
Not at all. Not, I mean, in any way that I've seen. He's been hurt last year. Then he was supposedly great in OTAs and all season. 4 carries in the preseason. He had 4 carries in the preseason. 3 carries, last week?
Yeah.
There's nothing that he's shown that you can say, yeah, this is a guy that we can count on going forward. This is a guy that if we give time, he will. He's shown nothing. So, I mean, maybe a kickoff against the Redskins last year, but that's about it. There's nothing. So I don't know that they even really believe in him. If they believed him, look, if they had drafted Dalvin Cook, do you think Dalvin Cook has 4 carries yesterday or 2 days ago? No. So they must not even believe that Smallwood can run the ball.
Yeah, it kind of pisses me off that Dalvin Cook looks great because he was the guy I wanted in the first round. Now, I know he got taken in the second, but he was the guy I wanted in the first. Now, I am not complaining because we got Derek Barnett, we got Sidney Jones, and we got Rasul Douglas. But what you can complain about is drafting Donnell Pumphrey.
Especially when Tariq Cohen was sitting right there with their first 4th-round pick. They took Collins, who I like Collins. But if you take Tariq Cohen right there, we would not be talking about this right now because that kid can play. And he looks like Darren Sproles to me more so than Pumphrey, And Pumphrey, maybe he'll pan out in the future. I don't know. But for this year, he's not going to help us at all. So it's a giant concern. Running back is a giant concern right now, definitely.
What are you changing moving forward? What are you doing that can help improve the running game?
What am I doing? I am making the move upon moves. I am going to trade for Shady McCoy. I'm going to let Buffalo lose the next few games. They're going to lose. They're going to be like 1-5 by the trade deadline. They're going to ship Shady off somewhere. I am going to get him and bring him back. This will assure me that I have a running back this year and next year. And then if I can draft a running back next year in the first, great. If I can't, for some reason, I don't have a second, I don't have a third, I have 1 more year of a running back. And I think that's the move to make. It's a gutsy move, and it's far out there. It's very Dingbatish. I know. But it's the right move. It's a smart move. Because we can agree, this isn't saying, hey, let's sign Le'Veon Bell. This is a guy who could very well be traded. I mean, this is not like we're not just pulling this out of thin air.
This is very realistic.
Yeah, he could very well be traded. So if he could be traded, why not home? Why not to Philly? That would be my move.
Yeah. Well, the changes I would make first is Wiz is starting at left guard. I mean, Sayamalu just isn't cutting it. I'm sorry. You got to make a move there. And you just got to stick with Blunt and see what happens. Now, here's what I'll say to that point. If there's one guy that can run the outside zone and sweeps, it is Lesean McCoy.
Yeah.
But I'm still hesitant in wanting to trade for him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared. Not that I'm scared. It's the money. And I would rather go with a younger back. I'd rather wait this out. I know it looks terrible right now. But with foresight, I have some foresight. And there's so many great running backs in this draft class. Nick Chubb, Royce Freeman. You got Saquon Barkley, who we're not going to touch. Who am I missing? Darius Geis. There's like 5 or 6 guys, and they're all first-round talents. This running back class is very deep. It's going to be as deep as this cornerback class was this year. So, like, my logic is I'd rather have a guy that's 8 years younger and like $5 million cheaper. And I'm looking right now at McCoy's contract, $8.875 million cap hit this year, with a dead cap of $14.125 million. Because the thing is if we trade for him this year, I'd want to cut him because we don't have the money to because we need to re-sign other guys. But that would be such a an up. Can you imagine if they traded for him and then cut him at the end of the year? Like that's just not going to happen.
I wouldn't cut him. They're going to have to make room. They're going to have to cut other people. Okay, they're going to have to make other people. Now, this is where the bitter and the Dingbats part ways, because we do not agree on this.
No, we don't agree on this, and that's why we put this topic in the show.
And because Nick Chubb, look, Nick Chubb, a Chubb is better named than Smallwood. A Chubb has room to improve, but a Smallwood doesn't. But here's the thing. You and I know, one, the Eagles never draft a running back in the first round. Number two,
about to change.
Number two, every team knows that you're going to draft a running back. They're all going to jump you, just like the Vikings jumped the Eagles for Dalvin Cook. So there's no assurance that I'm going to get a running back in round one. So therefore, I'm not going to risk it. If I could bring McCoy, make some moves, look, if you have to cut somebody who's good, you have to trade a Kelsey. There's $6 million there. If you have to do something else to get the money to work with him, even if he's willing to renegotiate coming home, being near his kid. But at least it buys you 2 years. You got to get 2 years until you get your picks back. Now, if you have McCoy, let's say you have McCoy, and you could get Nick Chubb over Smallwood, but let's say you can do it, and you draft him, great. Then you want to cut McCoy. If you want to let McCoy teach him for a year, I'm okay with that. But I just think that with no draft picks next year, except for the first round, I don't know what else they can do. If McCoy is available, let's say this. Let's say McCoy might go to the Giants. The Giants may go out and get him. Do you really want him in the Giants? The thing about the contract, you're right, it's a lot. But that contract, that money, allows you to get him for nothing. Probably a 4th round pick, 5th round pick. It kills his value. So that's why I would consider it. Other than that, you have to wait it out. They need a running back of the future. They do. And I don't know what else they can do besides either get him or somebody else in there. I mean, I don't want Adrian Peterson. I think Adrian Peterson would be the same problem you have with Blunt. I don't think he's fast enough to get around. You know what I mean? So that's my argument. I understand what you're saying. I definitely respect what you're saying, but that's my thinking or logic behind it.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, absolutely. I would just approach it differently because I know that now they are going to have the rollover money for next year with the cap, but I know they are a little cash strapped. And not that they are cash strapped per se, but they are. But you got to sign Jeffrey. You got to sign Timmy Jernigan. You got to sign all these guys. And there's just kind of no room for McCoy in this whole picture. That's the way I kind of see it. And then you want to give up a draft pick when you're already scarce of them, and he's already like 29 years old. So that's kind of like my thinking too. I get it. But yeah. Your thinking isn't wrong, because if you bring in Lesean McCoy right now, guess what? They're going to be running the ball pretty well. Yeah,
yeah. And you basically, I'm bringing him in for 2 years. I'm bringing him to give me an insurance policy if I can't get that kid in the first round that I want. If that happens and I don't have a 2nd round pick or I don't have a 3rd round pick, if let's say there is no running back, but there's an offensive tackle I need or something like that, with McCoy gives you that insurance to wait 1 more year. That's the only reason I would do it. If it was 1 year deal, I don't want him. You know what I mean? If I have to give up too much, I don't want him. But I want to get the right guy. We went through this, you remember, a few years ago, there were 2 years in a row where this team had there was deep wide receiver drafts for like 2 years in a row. And we got nobody. Who we got?
Aguilar.
There's an Amber Alert out for Nelson Aguilar right now. I put an Amber Alert out. Where's Nelson Aguilar? Where is he? I can't find him. He's not in there. He's not under there. He's not behind the computer. Where the hell is Nelson Aguilar? Where is he?
Are we going to have to file a missing persons report?
Yes, he's going to be on the back of a bottle of milk. I'm going to have a shirt missing. You know, he stinks. He ain't been nowhere. Where is he? He had 1 catch for a touchdown. Great. That's great. I'd rather have Matt Collins play. But the thing about the running back is we got 1 more year of a deep running back class. We can't mess it up. We can't mess this up. We got to
messed it up last year.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they did. So I don't. So I look at if we come to a situation where, let's say, Buffalo loses 4 or 5 games and they're 1-5 and they're going to trade them. I'm going to try to get him because I think it would be a good fit. That, you know, that's just where I'm at with it. But I understand what you're saying. There's a lot of other things that go in it. Besides the fact that the Eagles won't give out number 25, which I find weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think there's something up. We'll see. But running back is a problem right now.
Yeah, it's a huge problem for sure. Absolutely. And Doug Pederson, I mean, you got to try sticking with it, man. Like, I know it's frustrating, you know, like all that, but you got to stick with it, man. 7 runs on your last 9 drives?
I know. Yeah. And it was like, what? I mean, how many times was he in the shot? He was in the shotgun every snap. And then they run a play action. They keep faking that they're going to run. Nobody's even you can see the linebackers, the ends, nobody's even stopping or slowing to check. It's just full throttle at the quarterback.
And then that 3rd and 12. I mean, I know we got into it before, but yeah. By God, like the reason why you knew Kansas City knew it was coming, just watch Justin Houston's rush.
Yeah.
He purposely got into the passing lane. He knew it was coming.
Yeah, he did. He did. And I knew it was coming, and you knew it was coming. You could tell on 3rd and 12 they were going to run. I mean, that's classic Andy Reid for you. He's going to do that. So I wasn't surprised that Andy Reid knew that was coming. I thought that was, you know, that was very predictable. And that's, you know, the other thing. Doug has to be less predictable. There's too many times you can guess what he's going to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's got to work on that. Now, does he have time to improve? Yeah, we're maybe nitpicking, but these are things that you see. That
we're not nitpicking. No, this is a serious problem.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I agree. Now,
you know how serious of a problem it is? Chip Kelly is a better play caller than Doug Pederson. How about that?
I think Chip Kelly has way better playbook, more versatile in his play calling, for sure. I agree.
You just can't coach a bunch of dingbats because he's a dingbat.
Yeah, he's a stubborn dingbat who don't want to do anything but his way. Yes. So that's his problem. But he does have a playbook. He does know how to play call. That is true. I will give you that.
As we just got 17 dislikes on this video.
You know, the truth hurts sometimes. You know?
The truth does hurt. I mean, hey, man, you got, what, 9 dislikes on your video? I got 7.
Yeah,
people don't want to hear it.
No, people don't want to hear it. And to me, it's like I look at it like people are blaming Wentz. Don't crush Wentz, but the coach, you got to give him a break. I don't see any reason why. He's had a full year. It's just not the same situation as last year. It's just not. You know?
And he's still doing the same stuff. It's the same tendencies, same play calls, and you have weapons now.
I mean, I literally watched the game, the Redskin game especially, and I was with my brother and me were talking, and it was like every play we could tell you where the ball was going before the snap. It was like 80%, and I'm not even joking. Yeah. So if I can do that at home, what do you think the defensive coordinators in the NFL are going to do?
Yeah. I mean, Chip Kelly was predictable too, but
he was.
This is like another level almost.
Yeah. I just think he doesn't like. I get the feel like he doesn't have a sense, like a true sense of like a feel for the game. Like Belichick has a feel. You can tell if he thinks something's going to work, or he gets a feeling this guy's got the hot hand. I don't think Doug gets that. Maybe he's overwhelmed. Maybe things are going too fast for him. But that's the sense I get with him. You know,
he's always trying to outthink himself.
Yeah.
To have LeGarrette Blount in the game 5 times and to run the ball only once, and it was called back due to a penalty. And the other 3 other snaps were play action, and then you had a straight drop back.
Yeah. There was another play where I saw today, and it's in my video, where they put Blount out wide, like they were going to throw a screen pass to him. I mean, nobody was worried about him running a route as a wide receiver. I don't understand that. Like, that's the kind of stuff I don't understand. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm just a bitter dingbat. You know? We're dingbats. What do we know?
Yeah, what do we know? What do we know? Just dingbats.
It's a dingbat.
Jeez. Jeez. All right. Let's get to the Giants now, because they stink.
Giants stink. What a beautiful, beautiful thing. The Giants stink. Let the whole world know the Giants stink. They're done. We can put the Giants away. If the Giants lose this week, they're done. It's done. They have two choices. Make a major trade or get ready to tank and get a quarterback. They're done. We have the Giants by the throat. We got to beat them on Sunday. We got to beat them.
Eric Flowers allowed 3 sacks yesterday. Ziggy Ansah ate him alive. Ziggy Ansah using straight power, speed to power. And I'm watching Eric Flowers on skates. And I know Derek Barnett, Vinny Curry, they're salivating right now.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Bobby Hart got hurt at right tackle. If he doesn't play this week, Brandon Graham, salivating. They are all salivating right now.
Yeah, and think about it.
10 sacks is a possibility.
10 sacks? I love it. I love it. 10 sacks would be great. Look, and the thing is Alex Smith got away a few times on Sunday. The guy's a mobile quarterback. Eli Manning ain't going nowhere. He ain't getting away from nobody. You know what I mean? This is set up so beautiful for the Eagles, and it's such a bad matchup for the Giants. You know what I mean? The Eagles are I think they're gonna blow the Giants out. I really do. I think they're gonna blow them out, and I think the Giants, it's just gonna be more chaos. You know, I don't like what I see with the Giants. I mean, we're talking about a team. Well, we talked about the Eagles not getting a running back, right? The Giants didn't do anything offensive line. They've done nothing for the running back, and I had the Giants winning the division at first. I was wrong. I was way wrong. I'm wrong because I underestimated how bad that offensive line and that running back game is. They're horrible.
Yeah.
They stink.
I knew the offense was bad, but like it's wretched.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was top 5 worst statistically last year. A lot of people don't know that because, well, they made the postseason.
Yeah.
The defense was great. You know, all that. They haven't scored more than 20 points in 8 games. If all the Eagles need to do is put up 20, they win. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
Yeah. Yeah, and the defense is going to could score a touchdown. Yeah, look, I've got the Giants is simple. We're in. This is week 2 of the battle of the cane. See, I got the cane. It's blue, and I will ship it and send it to either Eli Manning or Brandon Marshall, whoever wins. But right now it's tied 1-1. Brandon Marshall won last week after he dropped that ball with his arthritis hands. I realized that he was the winner. So I'm very curious to see who's going to take the lead against the Eagles because they're both old. They both need a retirement community. And I've actually heard that Doug Pederson is going to go look at retirement homes for Eli Manning.
You can't. You may have to leave the show with a.
I know Doug wants to help him, but he's not happy about the rate they're charging. So he's going to go talk to the people.
You know what you got? You know what Doug Pederson needs to do?
What's that?
He needs to slick his hair back, just like Doug Pederson Corleone.
Oh, Doug Pederson Corleone.
I'm convinced if he makes a hairstyle change, it'll work. Because when you look at Ben McAdoo, you know, last year's hairdo, it worked. Now he's slicking it back and he stinks.
Right. Yeah, he does stink. To me, he looks like Chip Kelly. I call him Chip McApoo because he put his quarterback under the bus. This is the same thing Chip Kelly used to do with the Eagles. He would throw the players under the bus. He threw them under the bus. And let me tell you, that 4th down play was the stupidest thing to go for. You need 3 points. He's lucky they had to delay a game. I think Eli did it on purpose because he needed this. He wanted to save because it was so stupid. You know what I mean? I think he's a stinky coach. He stinks.
He does. He does. And let me say something real quick. If the Eagles were 2-0 heading into this game, I think they'd lose. I think they'd lose. But the fact that they lost against Kansas City, that gives them enough motivation to show up on Sunday. Because obviously 0-2 back against the wall, you're going to get a desperate Giants team.
Yeah,
so that is a little dangerous.
Yeah, I think the fact that they lost, the fact that you're having your home opener, right? And maybe you don't wear all white. They've worn all white for 6 weeks. I can't stand it. I want the green jerseys out. I want to see the home jersey. And they always lose, it seems like, when they wear all white. So if the Eagles are wearing green, if the Eagles have a home opener, and the fact that they lost, I don't think the Giants can beat the Eagles.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. All right. It's time to move on to our little segments. So we're going to get into our Dingbat of the week. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to try, different ideas. We'll see what works, see what doesn't work. But right now, Dingbat of the week. Who is it?
Me. I am the Dingbat of the week. On a live stream, I had my daughter beat me to a pulp, and I hurt my ribs. And then when you have to go to the doctor because you think you taste blood and you think that you may be drowning in your own blood, and the doctor says, "How did you hurt yourself?" And you try to explain how you did it, and you don't really know, you're a dingbat. That's King Dingbat. King Dingbat reporting for duty again.
My Dingbat of the week. Well, it goes to an entire website. Pro Football Focus. Okay? How in the hell do you not only rank or rate or grade, whatever the hell it's called, how in the hell do you grade Dak Prescott not only better than Carson Wentz, but 20 points better than Carson Wentz? That is a joke.
That is dingbatish. Dingbatish. Yes, that is a great dingbat. They've been dingbats for a while. There's a lot of things I think they're dingbatish. Look, this ain't baseball. This is football. Different thing. I agree. Great dingbat. Great dingbat, by the way. I like that one.
Dak was like in the 70s and Wentz was in the 50s. I think that's what it was.
It's not even close.
And they had Sayamalu in the 80s last week. That was a joke. What game are they watching?
I have no idea. I have no idea what they're thinking at all. I think they're dingbats. They're dingbats.
Dingbat.
I agree.
Absolutely. All right, so moving on to the rest of our all stink team. Or we'll just name, a couple things, and then we'll move on. Who else stunk this week?
Now, I have to put the Indianapolis Colts, the whole team, the front office, the organization, as the stink of the week. I mean, you have no luck. You have nothing around this guy. You're 0-2. You have done nothing to get a quarterback. To get a running back, to get an offensive line. They've done nothing, and they're wasting this guy's career. He's a good quarterback. They're wasting him away. They stink. They stink.
You know who makes my all stink team? Well, I got a couple guys. Isaac Sayamalu, self-explanatory.
Thanks.
Eric Flowers, you stink too. Really stink.
Hurts.
Ben Mack is stink. All right, I got it. All right, now I'm going to calm down for a second.
Oh, God, that's funny, but it hurts.
You poor guy, dude. We're going to have to wrap it up for you during the game. Wrap up the ribs.
Might have to.
You know who also makes my all stink team this week? Jason Kelce.
Jason Kelce stinks. I agree. Wholeheartedly. Explain.
You know why? Because he could have helped out Isaac Sayamalu on some of those sacks, and he didn't.
That's true.
Didn't.
That's true. He was too busy worrying about switching jerseys with his brother. That was the problem. He does stink. He's stunk for a long time. The guy can't walk forward. He's always going backwards. He does. He stinks. I agree.
It is not a coincidence that they can't run the ball up the middle because he's here. he should have been traded during the offseason.
Yeah, I agree. And the greatest thing was Doug Pederson in the press conference said, he's a great player. He can pull and do so much on the outside. But he's your center, and he's always on the inside. What are you talking about?
He's a great pulling center, but, like, this isn't a zone scheme.
No.
It's not the right scheme here.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand.
Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
That's
You got anyone else on your all-stink team this week?
Well,
Dak Prescott stunk.
Dak Prescott did stink, you know. I got to tell you, I think Odell Beckham stunk this week. He dropped that ball 4th down. Then he acted like so nonchalant in the press conference like it was no big deal. You know what I mean? He gets on my nerves. He gets on my nerves. He stinks. This week he stinks. Talented player, but he gets on my nerves.
Stinks.
Yeah.
All right. What made you bitter this week?
What made me bitter this week? That play that we talked about earlier. When it was 13-13, I tweeted out, we are going to win this game. Momentum's on our side. Then they come out with that play. That made me bitter because it was so predictable, and I felt like one good drive and we win the game.
You know, that's palm to the face, dude.
Yeah.
Doug Pederson is holding this team back from potential greatness.
Yeah, after the first 2 weeks, that's the assessment.
Yeah. You know what made me bitter this week? When someone steals your show idea, passes it. I can't even say it because I'm so bitter. Stealing show ideas and passing it off as your own.
Yes,
and then pretending like you don't know the guy that you stole it off of.
I understand what you're saying. That would make me very bitter if somebody did it and then they deleted all my comments. That would make
all the comments. They deleted all the comments. He told me to reach out to him on Twitter, DM him. He didn't accept my request. He's full of shit. He stole my stuff.
Yeah. That was a straight out heist. Bank robbery. You were robbed blind. And many people knew this and told you.
Yeah. About 10 to 20 people came to me telling me that someone stole one of my show ideas. I'm not going to say the channel because I don't want to give them any unnecessary attention.
Yes.
But this channel is a joke if you're going to be stealing off other people. Like, I don't know how you think that you can just go, oh, the Bitter Birds, I'm going to take his idea and use it as my own. Did you not think that somebody would pick up on this?
That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't believe that happened. It's a shame.
Only behind enemy lines. Only behind enemy lines.
Behind enemy lines. You got guns blazing, things are going off. You're behind enemy lines. That's what happens.
It's literally the same show concept, same idea,
same title,
same name. Everything's the same.
It must be tough. You gotta copyright that stuff, I guess. You gotta copyright it.
But I thought the funniest part was like when he was like, no, I didn't steal it from you. I stole it from somebody else.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's okay. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's great. That is classic, really. Yeah, it's okay. I didn't steal it from you, but I stole it from them. So, ridiculous. Yeah, that's really horrible. You put a lot of work in, a lot of work with ideas, and to have somebody steal that is not cool. You know, and if they would have just been honest and been like, "Oh, I took it from you," or "I didn't mean to do it," or "Let's work this out," you would have been able to work it out. You would have tried. But the idea of the denial and the attitude about it is the problem.
It literally was like, you know, whenever, because I was like nice about it, right? I was like, yo, dude, I really don't care. And then he's like, dude, we don't know who you are. Stop being, get over yourself, or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
And when you hear something like that, a rebuttal like that, you know he's full of shit. You know why? Because Kyle Scott did the same damn thing when E-Rock called him out for stealing his shit.
Yeah.
Kyle Scott did the same thing. Same thing. Same shit.
Now, I think we might have to call Doug Pederson Corleone.
Might have to.
Have to go take care of this. Because he don't like that kind of stuff.
No.
You know?
No.
He may go over there. He's got a brush like this. You know? We'll see what happens.
You know what else is funny about his comment? He's like, you have no validity because like all your peeps are just coming to my channel and disliking my video. I'm like, no, that's not what it is. The people that watch your channel also watch me.
Yeah. Well, I like the whole thing.
They also watch you.
The
people that watch this channel all watch us.
Yeah. Well, I liked how he told you we don't know who. Nobody knows who you are.
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't know you.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't know who you are. What are you talking about? Get over yourself.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. That was unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That
enemy lines.
Yeah, only behind enemy lines.
All right. We'll close it on final thoughts. That's what we do at the Bitter Bird, so we'll incorporate that in here too.
So my final thought to this, despite all the issues with Doug Pederson, despite the lack of running game, we win this week. We're 2-1, 2-0 in the division. We take the team that was the contender, was supposed to win the division, and we pretty much bury them. At the same time, we watch Buffalo continue to lose, and then we take advantage of that situation, making Philly 500's dream of Shady McCoy a reality while having a winning record, because I can't deal with what Chip Kelly did. It still bothers me this day that he's not here. I can't watch Shady without getting upset. Seriously, I still don't understand it. But we can bury the Giants, go to 2-1. I think we can beat Arizona, and we can still get this running back. So I have high hopes for this division. I expect us to win this division now. This team is going to win this division.
Absolutely.
I did not think that 3 months ago.
Yeah. I didn't think it until they got Ronald Darby.
Yeah.
But even right now, I mean, Jalen Mills is playing fine. Like I said before the year, if they got average cornerback play, they're going to win the division. Now, I didn't think Jalen Mills was going to be that good this year. Like that good. You know? Like I knew he was going to progress, but not like that.
Yeah.
And then you see Rasul Douglas quickly progressing as well. I mean, hell, he might have been the best player on Sunday.
He might have been, yeah. Yeah, he was. He had a touchdown saving play, too, when that slop. Yeah, he was very good. Although I think one day Rasul Douglas should be a safety. I think they could put him at a safety. I think he would be a good safety in this league.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's down the road. But
yeah. So my final thought: well, don't steal your shit. Don't steal shit. Don't steal stuff. You're gonna get caught.
Don't steal. No, don't steal, children.
No.
Steal, you little youngins watching. Don't steal.
You know what's going to happen, too? They're totally going to keep doing it.
Yeah, well, sure.
You know, they're totally going to keep doing it. So, you know.
It
was funny, too. He told me to, like, stop commenting, too. He's like, I don't want any drama. I don't want any drama. Dude, you stole my shit.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's on one hand, right? It's an honor in one way that people would take your idea.
It's humbling. Yeah, I said that in the comment. I'm like, it's humbling that someone would want to use my ideas, but at the same time, please be original.
Yeah,
so I was like very nice about it.
Yeah, yeah. Originality is very important.
Yeah. All right, that's it. That's it for the first show. All right, so moving forward, maybe we'll use Google Hangouts. Maybe we'll use Zoom because the great thing about Zoom is you can play you can play video over top. So like with Google Hangouts, it's very slow and laggy. So with Zoom, we could even look at some plays if we want next week. But the problem though, we're going to do this. We meant to say that in the beginning. We're going to do this every Monday. So every Monday we're going to do this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, on Mondays, the all 22 film doesn't come out. So we'll have, if we do look at highlights, we'll have to look at the regular film.
Right.
But it's definitely something, you know, consider moving forward using Zoom. We'll see. We'll figure it out. This was pretty much a test run. This was our first show, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, and
we'll say one thing is, like, give us feedback. If there's something that you would like to see or you think that we could do, let us know, and let us know, because that way we can keep improving and tweaking. You know what I mean? It's always important to tweak and see what people think. So I'm very curious to see what people think and what ideas there are out there.
Yeah, I mean, like I like the segment that we did. Maybe we can, you know, moving forward, we can figure out other stuff. You know, because like all stink team, Dingbats, and like the what made you bitter, it's all negative stuff. So maybe we can figure out positive.
It's beautiful. No, I like it. It's beautiful.
Yeah. But that's it. That's it for right here. So that's Philly 500. I am Adrian. Thank you from the Bitter Birds. That's it. That's it.
Thank you.
Thumbs up. Take care, guys.